Chair Michael Whatley. Good morning to you, Michael, and thank you for coming back here today. So to Politico, this is an updated statement now. What you just heard was 3 weeks ago. As I said when I was elected, our fight is not within the Democratic Party. Our fight is and has to be solely focused on Donald Trump and the disastrous Republican agenda. That's the work that I will continue to do every day. You never had fights like this, did you?
We did. We fight Democrats.
Sorry, did or did not?
We don't. We fight Democrats. Right now, the Democratic Party is in complete disarray. They are rudderless and they are leaderless. But the point that really needs to be made is that every single time they double down on the failed policies that they ran on in 2024, open borders, inflationary spending, and a weak America, they're going to lose. That is not what the American people want government focused on. They don't want the Republican Party or the Democrat Party focused on that right now.
Yeah, the Democrats can't seem to get out of their own way. Rahm Emanuel is a Democrat. He doesn't disagree with that, I don't think. Listen to him on Sunday.
It's a problem where people stay on way too long. In both parties. I don't think it's limited to Democrats. Look at the age of Donald Trump.
No, of course. But what if Democrats could be the party that solved that problem?
Yeah, but it's not. If you have a young face with ideas that don't work, that's not going to solve the problem. You have to have both.
Do you think the young faces don't have the right solutions right now?
There's young and old candidates, but there's new and old ideas. I'm looking for the ones that work.
I think he's got a point, but will their base listen to that?
No, and neither will their party leadership. You know, the fact is that Jasmine Crockett, AOC, Bernie Sanders, everybody who wants to step up and lead this party right now is convinced that their path is open borders, inflationary spending, and a weak America. That's not going to work with the rest of the country.
So Martin says he's not going anywhere. After that thing was leaked, people were wondering, is he
might have been just having a bad day.
1 foot out the door. Hogg is 25 years old. He just seems to be tying these folks in knots.
Well, look, I think that, again, you have a very aggressive, radical wing of that party that is controlling that party right now. That's not where the American people are. And as long as they're going to keep going down that path, they are not going to catch the interest of the American people. People want solutions. Right? You know, the reason the Republicans won in 2024 is because we understood the voters and the issues that they wanted. President Trump put solutions on the table. The rest of the Republican Party coalesced around it. It's a common sense agenda. It's an American first agenda. That's what we won on. That's what we are implementing right now. President Trump's delivering every single day to rebuild the economy, restore our borders, make sure that our kids in our communities are safe, and that America is going to be strong. That's what the American people want. The Democratic Party is fighting that tooth and nail. If they spent half as much time fighting for the American people as they do against each other, they may start to get some traction.
At this point in the cycle, which there's about 14 months left to go until the midterm elections. And so I know people think about that going forward. The Democrats believe because of the small margin in the House, they might be able to retake it. But at this point, with this kind of leadership, do you think the Republicans can hold on?
Look, we have an opportunity, right? And as long as we continue to implement this agenda, Donald Trump is going to do that. President Trump is every single day, his administration, they are delivering on the promises that he made. If Congress gets the big, beautiful bill done, if they get a rescission bill done, when the economy starts rolling again, we're going to have an opportunity to go compete in these midterms. You know, there's no such thing as a red wave. We know that, right? We're swimming upstream against history. We know that. But we will have an opportunity. You know, there's 13 districts that Donald Trump carried that are currently held by Democrats. We have an opportunity in every single one of those because of what the people in those districts want is a common sense America First agenda.
Michael Whatley, thanks for coming by.